Today we're gonna make some art. I'm very excited. I think it's gonna go well. I'm not really an artist. By not really, I mean I am not an artist. So I just want to see what I can make. I've never tried anything like this. I've always wanted to, ever since I used to read the books Olivia the Pig. My mom and I used to read those. Ever since I read those books, I've been like, I could do that. Because basically Olivia goes to the art museum and then does splatter paint. That's how I feel about some art. I'm like, I could do that, which is probably not true, but some of it you can. So we'll see. So I was at this house over this past weekend and there was some cool art in all of the rooms. I'm gonna look at that and see what I think I could potentially try and replicate. Some of it I'm like, why would I want this? I can't see myself hanging it, but some of it I think could be fun to make. Maybe I'll really like it. I just want to have fun, see how it goes. I'm hoping I will make something that I will want to hang, even if it's just for a little, like a temporary statement piece. The area that this Michael's is in is so weird. It's like only for cars. It's really just the least pedestrian friendly area in the city. It's just such a weird area. At least there's sidewalks, so like that is good. But like over there, I guess we're right by the highway. There's Michael's and Home Depot and I don't know what else there is, like probably Home Goods and stuff, but weird area. Back from the store. I'll show you what I got. I forgot I had these two canvases and then some acrylic paints until I was at the store. Well, I didn't know if I had any canvases. I just was like, hey, I have a bunch of acrylic paint. So these paints might be fully dried out. They've just been in the back of my closet. Hopefully they're still okay. I'm gonna paint tomorrow morning, which is when I'm gonna do this, because right now I don't have time to paint everything. And once I get into it, I want to just keep going. Just really, you know, channel my inner artist, really throw myself into this one. I have all of these. I thought I had some paintbrushes, but I did not. But I did have these two 12 by 16 canvases. Me for scale. I ended up buying two 9 by 12 canvases. So those are just a little bit smaller. And then I got two 20 by 20 canvases. Pretty good size. I also got just one black. Then I thought I had paintbrushes, so I only got this one. I'm excited for tomorrow morning when I really dive in. I will see you then. This was my first painting. I decided to go with the smaller one first because I wanted to make sure I knew how to use paint. I'll show you my inspiration. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Yeah, I feel like I like it. I was thinking about what the initial artist, what they were wanting to do. To me, it feels like a sunrise or sunset. I'm not mad about this painting. If I made it bigger and then tried to sell it for more money, or sell it at all, and wrote about what I was feeling and thinking, I could be an artist. I'm gonna do a medium one. It'll be good because I'll get more practice working with the paint as well. Most of my painting and drawing is pretty geometric, mostly because I don't have the ability to make it anything else. Basically, what I used to do is start with a triangle, then you just like draw lines off of it and you connect them. They don't always have to start from the same place. I could start this here and make it a triangle and then make this triangle here. Oh no. Alright, it came off. I have minimal experience painting. I was listening to a podcast that I haven't finished. I don't know if I will finish it. I'll link it. I don't remember what it's called. I just didn't finish it because I was running a marathon and it was not distracting enough for my brain. But it was about the origins of kindergarten. It talked about the transition of art due to the start of kindergarten. More geometric shapes started showing up in artwork. That was when the transition away from landscapes and portraits only happened, was in part due to kindergarten, which is fun. Definitely have way too much paint on this little plate and probably on my brush. This would be fun if I painted the insides different colors, but I'm not going to. I kind of want to try the ultra black paint. I think that would be fun. I think it might be like really expensive, or maybe it's not. And it's just that one guy can't use it. Here's what I have so far for this. I like it much less than my first one, partly because I need to work on the edges, But I feel like if I had a more detailed brush, I'd have an easier time. It's way thicker on the one side. I kind of like it. I don't like it. I changed my mind. I'll play around with it. If I end up hating it, that's fine. I can paint it all black. I think I really don't like painting because I've been putting this off. This has been just on my floor sitting here, and whenever I look at it, I think, wow, I hate that. I'm gonna paint the whole thing black. Maybe try and add a little texture, and then maybe I'll do another color in a section once I paint the whole thing black. I think part of the reason I've been putting this off is because I don't think I'm gonna like it. I don't think I'm gonna like any of my other ones that I paint. I have a hard time with that, judging it before I'm done. My previous experience with art has been less than positive experience because people have been like, you're not very good. Then I'm like, well, why would I do this again if I'm not very good? I think you can buy black canvases, but this is like, it'll have some texture, it'll be cool. I'm gonna let it dry. This is what my hands look like. I've moved to the main room. This is what this one looks like now. It's just black. You can kind of still see the lines I had done underneath, but I don't mind it. I don't think I would hang this. I kind of like the texture of it. I think I'm gonna add color. I was really worried that these little paints were all gonna be dry. They haven't been touched for a year. Again, I'm just gonna go with a lot of paint, and I'm not mixing the color at all, just because, partly because I like this color, but also partly because if I hadn't mixed enough, I would never be able to match the color again. Because you know those videos where people mix paint colors? Where they'll take a random object, and then they're like, let's make this in paint. That is not a skill I have. So I think I'm gonna let this dry for like a little bit while I start on the next one. This is the big one. I have to look at my inspiration pick. I feel like this would be easier to do digitally. Well, maybe it was done with watercolor. Alright, so the two, that and that. So one of them's like triangle and the other one is circles. And it's just black again. I think I'm gonna start with circles. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't think I'm doing this right. I think I don't mind that it's lighter because then I'll just dart circles all over and then I'll have it be like lighter and darker. It looks bad. This is what it looks like. I don't hate it. I'm gonna paint its sister friend painting and maybe I'll hang them next to each other. So what I changed in my process for the circle one, I was trying to like do swirls and connect the circles. But then I was like, no, I just have to paint individual circles, and that worked better, so I think that's what I'm going to do with the triangles. Just paint a bunch of triangles, different shapes, sizes, overlap, different pressure, different amounts of paint. It's going to look good, hopefully. I think I'm almost done. Maybe one more. So here they are. I think I'm done with these two. Now we're back to my mostly black. I don't like it. It's very dark. I think I'm going to add yellow. I'm going to do this yellow. Just rectangle. If I hear anyone say, wow, this girl's really bad at painting, I don't know what you were expecting. I told you. I said I'm not a painter. I think I made it worse. Semi-opaque. I need opaque. This is more of like a yellow oxide. I don't know what that means. I just don't think I'm gonna like this one. I'm gonna do blue. It's done. For the final piece, we have a new tool. This is used for when you have a nail hole in the wall and then you put the putty in and scrape it down. I'm gonna put paint on and then scrape and see what happens. It's inspired by this piece that I saw last year. I have no idea who did it. I'll try and figure it out. If I don't figure it out, I'll link the where I saw it below. There was one piece and I was like, that looks like it was done with a squeegee. It was pretty cool, like I liked it, but also I was like, I wanna try. So here we are, I'm trying mini version with putty thing and mini. This will be my final piece. I'm doing it like a toothpaste on here, and then I'm just gonna, using my fingers. Artists do whatever they want. The toothpaste method worked well. But I like the heavy amounts of paint that I'm using. I'm feeling complete. But I like it. There's fun texture, and the edges are really clean because they're thick because of the way the paint is. I like it. I think I'm gonna hang two here and then two here. Now when you walk into my room, you have this little gallery space. Black and white art only because apparently I don't know how to use colors. I think I already knew that though. I like it. Thank you so much for watching me try and paint. If you enjoyed watching this video, you can like it down below, comment your favorite part, comment anything else you think I should try and paint. If you really want this painting, I am getting rid of it. It's going to the trash, so you can have it. Just comment and I'll figure out a way to get it to you. And if you aren't already subscribed, you should consider subscribing and then hit the notification bell next to subscribe. I will see you next time.